Good afternoon, good afternoon. I have another little tune that I want to play for you. Hey, Styles with Tisa. Hey, the Bushes. I have a little something else I would like you guys to get down on it.
On day one as president, I am going to end the Ukraine war.
Hey, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our musical interlude. Go over there. Go over. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay. Go over to Keith Edwards. This link is in my description box. Go over there and check out Keith Edwards. Thank all of you guys for being here. It is good to see you. Styles with Tisa. I really appreciate you helping me make my goals. And I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate you all. Emory Nay, Detach Myself, Vibrant, No Salt, Jack Gaines, um, Foot Soldier, The Bushes, Outspoken One. Did I say? I'm sure I said Emory Nay. All of you who have come over here to spend a little time with me, just my thoughts. If I missed anyone, please forgive me. I think I got you all who have dropped down. Thanks for coming. A lot went on this weekend. Um, is it time yet? Is it time for us to um, put our voices out here? If you guys have not been seeing how ICE has been brutalizing people, now they're breaking arms and all types of things out here on the streets with no warrants, just looking at people and think, hey, I should take you in. There and understand they are still building 1,000 new detention centers even as they eliminate our country of all the people that they are taking into ICE. Hey, Nappy Child. Hey, T Danielle. You guys, if you guys missed uh, my first video, I will play it later on. T Danielle and Nappy Child. It is the first video in my description box. It is a hoot to me. To me, I thought that it was a hoot. Now, uh, what these are some things that I ran across this morning. Uh, Gavin Gavin Newsom is giving 4547 the business. He has a merch shop where he's selling things. But what I really want to talk about is 4547 says he will be sending the National Guard to Chicago and Baltimore, possibly New York. You notice what all of these things have in common? These are blue states. Chicago has a black mayor. He hates Pitts. What's his name? Pritzker, the governor of Chicago, who welcomed in the people from Texas who refused to give Texas a quorum. And speaking of that Texas situation, they did approve their map, their gerrymandered on top of an already gerrymandered map that is in the courts. They approved their map at 2 a.m. in the morning, and they were promptly sued at 8 a.m. in the morning to be able to not even use that re-gerrymandered map because they already have the map they're in, which is heavily gerrymandered in court. So at this moment, even though they have gerrymandered the gerrymandered map, they may not be able to use the most recently gerrymandered map because it is in court. And you know how these courts do it. You know that could what is it? What is her name? Could could what is her name? The Black Supreme Court Kajaji, what is her name? God forgive me. A Supreme Court Justice Brown. She has come out with an opinion about the Supreme Court that they only do two things. They only throw away constitutional rights, and they only approve the things that Donald Trump wants. So you know it's bad when the court is dragging the court. So every time that Donald Trump's want an opinion, he can always get the Supreme Court to rule on an emergency opinion. Emergency. He can always go to them and tell them that it is an emergency, and they immediately judge on it, rule on it. They don't tell him that he has to go through the regular docket with the Supreme Court that can take years. No, they automatically take up whatever 4547 wants them to take up. And if you haven't noticed that, that is what this court has been doing. Brandon Johnson is the worst mayor ever. Now, okay, I don't know. I had issues with him giving migrant workers fast tracking them to work visas. I had issues with him giving them a place to live. I had issues with him giving them a place to live, money to live off of. Yes, I've had real problems with him. So, uh, Katanje, yes, Katanje. Thank you, TJ Daniels. I have I've had issues with all of that and more also. So, T Danielle, let's keep it above. But the thing about this is, this isn't about anything that he's doing. He said that he has an emergency on crime, food stamp, bus passes, housing, yes. And when Chicago has a big homeless problem of veterans, of citizens who's who have been there for decades, whose families have been there for decades, yes, I had great issues, and I definitely talked about that. But the thing that I want to talk about now is that it's not that he's bringing them there for immigration. Thank you for never begging your subbies for donation and just giving us news we can use. I thank you. I appreciate it. That's the only thing that my goals are, is to give you guys something you can use. Now, the thing is, he's not sending them there because of ICE. He's sending them there because the crime is so bad. Now, this is the alleged reason why he's sending them to Chicago. It's because of the crime. Now, that was the same thing that he said about DC, and then he quickly tried to take over the DC police force from the police commissioner and put in all of this immigration stuff in there. So let me share this with you right here. Now, these officers who they are bringing in to New York and Baltimore, you will notice that they are coming from red states with higher crime than the cities that they are being sent to. Uh, we're going to go over that. And you also will notice that these National Guards that they're bringing in now, they are allowed to carry guns. They're allowed to carry their side arms and rifles. They are allowed to carry two guns. Now, you would also need to be aware that the governor of these states would have to ask for the National Guard to come into the states. But we saw that was overruled in California. He did that under some type of security, as if there were riots over the head of the governor. Okay, so that did go to court. How did that court? I think they lost in court. I think California even lost in court when they took him to court. Don't quote me, but I think they lost in court on appeals. Don't quote me. I'll tell you when I know something, and I'll tell you when I'm not sure. Now, so they are bringing these in over the heads of the governors who don't want the National Guards on their streets to police their streets. National Guards are not trained to police the streets. Now, Project 2025 already told you that they will bring the military in to quell any protests. So it is my opinion that they are trying to start protests in these streets, in these black cities, because if we don't know one thing, we know that people of other races find it easy to call our protests rioting when we're black people. when we are protesting anything, they want to say that we're rioting. So let's go to these mainly black cities and let's act like we're just trying to keep the peace. These black people hate streets that are not filled with crime. It's bullshit. It's just absolutely bullshit. So let me share this with you. Um, I have a couple of things I want to share with you. Let's start with Gavin Newsom's responses to some of the things that is going on in this administration. Except what is written and broadcast in the fake news, I now have the highest poll numbers I've ever had, some in the 60s and even the 70s. Thank you. Make America Gavin again. This is based upon 4547 is out here saying how his poll numbers are in the 90% when they are actually plummeting. I think the last poll results that I saw on him, his poll results were like in between 39 and 41 points of approval rating. Hold on. What are you doing? What are you doing? He's so silly. Okay, now he also has opened up a merch shop where you can get the Newsom is right about everything. Trump is not hot. Wife beater Newsom 26 because he said that he got a new Newsom 26. You know, he's not allowed to run in 2026, much like 4547 is not allowed to run in 28, but 4547 has plenty merch saying Trump 2028. So what other merch? He has the unisex the chosen one t-shirt with Hulk Hogan and Chris Rock, and not Chris Rock, Chris, what is that dude? What is that dude name? The white dude. Oh Lord. Uh, Kid Rock. Kid Rock and JD Vance playing praying over him. He's also this. What is this? Here is the Trump is not hot shirt. What other merch he has? He has the Trump Bible. But he's all sold out, he said, of the Trump Bible. Let's start right here.
Gavin Newsom, America's favorite governor, Bible. You have the Trump is not hot tank, a simple statement of fact, the Newsom 2026 mug, because apparently term limits are just suggestions now. And then Governor Newsom, though, is fact checking in real time all of the MAGA lies, the MAGA ecosystem, the MAGA governors, state.
Now, this is the real important stuff. This is when we get down to the meat of potatoes, because Harry Levine or Levin came out on Fox News. They gave him some weekend show. He's a Trump hack who said that there is no comparison between Ron DeSantis as governor of Florida and Gavin Newsom. And Gavin Newsom concurred with Ron Levin.
Regime media known as Fox. So what Governor Newsom's doing here is he's going on the offense, mocking these fools, mocking these idiots, mocking these fascists, but then fact checking them as well. He's doing both of that at the same time. So where you have Mark Levin from Fox talking about, oh, Ron DeSantis in Florida, so great. Think about the best governor is Ron DeSantis in Florida. Look there. Then Governor Newsom responds, look, you're correct, Mark Levin. There is no comparison between California and Florida. California is the fourth largest economy in the world, number one in manufacturing, number one in farming, number one in new business startups, number one in tech and VC investments, number one for Fortune 500 companies, number one public higher education system. I could go on. And what I love what Governor Newsom then did over the weekend is he compares California and California cities to red states and cities in red states. For example, Governor Newsom posts himself and MAGA Mike Johnson. Louisiana's murder rate is nearly 3 times higher than California's. Funny how
Louisiana will be sending National Guards to Chicago, to D.C., Louisiana, Mississippi, Memphis, Ohio, the bosom of the white supremacist movement at this time. Ohio, I think, is North Dakota, West Virginia, South Carolina. You notice what all of these states have in common? They find it brutal easier, in my thought, based upon their reputation that they put out here. It seems like they find it easy to brutalize and uh, cause commotion to non-white people. That's my opinion.
Fox never mentions that. So maybe the National Guard should be going into Louisiana. That would make sense. How about this? Dallas's murder rate is nearly 2 times higher than Los Angeles. Don't expect Fox News to report on that. How about this stat? San Francisco's murder rate just hit its lowest point in 60 years. Meanwhile, Memphis had an 8 times as many murders last year as San Francisco.
Oh yes, and Tennessee will also be sending their National Guard out to fight crime in other states, that is.
Did. Guess which city Fox talks about endlessly? Or how about this? Facts you won't see on Fox News. Mississippi's murder rate is 266% higher than California's. Arkansas's murder rate is double California's, but Fox News won't tell you that. I mean, when you look at these red states, they're usually like the lowest in education, like the worst in education, the worst in education, the fewest years to live, like the highest infant mortality rates, like the highest crime rates, the worst income, the biggest income inequality, the worst for healthcare. Like literally, they're always like the worst in every stat. And you just take a look at California. California gives to the federal government $80 billion more than it takes. But a state like Texas is a taker state. It takes $75 billion from the federal government, more than it gives, and literally sucks the resource.
So does Fox News tell you this? Does CNN tell you this? CNN really gets on my nerves with the both sides. Does it bullshit? Do both sides give $80 billion to the federal government? Does both sides, Texas and California, give the same amount of money? And they are taking this money, and they are not even protecting their citizens. We will take that flood, for example. Let me move on. This link is in my description box. Let's see a long post where Newsom hits every point.
In all caps, post the following. Fox edits the tapes news must cancel their weekend stinkers immediately. They are very dishonest and all they do is trash me, Gavin C. Newsom, America's favorite governor, and many say the most handsome in history. Thank you. Lara Trump show is a total disaster. No personality, no talent, very low energy. She desperately needs, quote, coaching from crazy father-in-law. Also, why did Fox let Mark Nobody Levin? I had to Google him trash me. He said I'm too popular on social media and he hates that the people love me and how I make Trump look like a weak little hands man he is Mark should take notes from Jesse Waters, who keeps calling me daddy, even though I told him no thank you. Cancel the Fox News stinkers now. They should not be allowed to stink up our airwaves any longer. And please, no more negative ads about me. Thank you for your attention to this matter. GCN. That is how it's done right there, folks. Then California Governor Gavin Newsom continues, where Donald Trump posts, deficits are down, taxes are down, energy's down, prices are generally down. We all know that.
Now, the deficits are down. He had just added trillion to the deficits. Let's be clear. He's added trillions to the deficit. He is taking away all of these trillions of dollars that Congress has allotted to different agencies, and they are not telling you where this money is going. And they are scaling back all of this money from universities, from agencies that they have closed down. But they have not added that money to the deficit. He is claiming that America's coffers are full of money from tariffs, but why is none of that money going to pay down the deficit? So follow the money. The money stops at them taking it back. But where does it go? Is it going in people's pockets? I'm asking a question. Do you guys ever wonder about that? Does the news media ever ask about, well, where are you taking this money that you took from Harvard, these billions of dollars? Where is this money going? Where is this money going that you took from the FDA and all of these other agencies? Where's that money going? What's the tally on the money that you guys have not dispersed to the Department of Education? What is the tally of all of this money that you guys have not dispersed? What's the tally? How much money have you guys kept that Congress had allotted for? Let's continue.
That's false. If you leave your house, prices are up. Frankly, if you don't leave your house, if you go online to shop, prices are up. Your home energy prices are through the freaking roof right now. Then Governor Newsom.
Let's talk about the energy prices. It is based upon these tariffs. If you guys don't know, energy prices are expected to raise anywhere between $50 and $100 in every state, your energy bill. Okay, let's continue.
Newsom, though, immediately responds to it and goes, nothing to see here. Walmart says tariff costs are rising each week and will continue. Governor Newsom posts Donald Trump's photo in front of the Soviet Union flag. All hail Chairman Trump with his glorious 10% purchase of Intel. The Socialist Republic of America enters a bold new era of government-run business. Governor Newsom then responds to this photo. Pete Hegseth, J.D. Vance, and Stephen Miller with a photo of the Three Stooges, Moe, Larry, and Curly. Governor Newsom then posts the following picture of Voldemort. It is Stephen Miller. Happy birthday, Stephen, because Stephen Miller is Voldemort. He who shall not be named. Governor Newsom then posts the following as Libs of TikTok writes, another photo for the history books. Donald Trump and J.D. Vance in the Oval Office while Donald Trump was holding up a photo of himself and Vladimir Putin in Alaska that Putin sent to Donald Trump. Putin had the head of FIFA in the Oval Office, and Donald Trump's like, I just got sent this photo from Vladdy. Vladdy sent me this.
Now, the head of FIFA is in his office, and he holds up the picture of Vladimir Putin and himself. When they met in Alaska. And he said Vladimir wants to go to FIFA. And you see the look on that FIFA chair's face, like he was appalled. A war criminal wants to come to FIFA, he will be arrested. And then Donald Trump sees the look on his face. Well, we'll see if that's going to happen. We got a lot of things to do and a lot of work to do in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see if that happens. Let's continue.
Photo, and it's
if you don't know that there is an arrest warrant out for Vladimir Putin as Benjamin Netanyahu. I believe they're both for war crimes. And these are people who regularly has the president support and attention.
Me and him and Vladdy's going to come here for the FIFA. And so this is going to be great, everybody. Look what Vladdy sent me. That's what Donald Trump basically did in the Oval Office. Donald Trump, well done. Governor Newsom reminds the country that electricity prices have gone up 10% since January. Once again, great work, real Donald Trump. Electric bills are up 10% so far this year, and they're likely to keep getting costlier. Fox state regime media reports Ghislaine Maxwell says no Jeffrey Epstein client lists exist. As DOJ releases interview recordings with her, Governor Newsom, boom, responds immediately and says Pam Bondi said it was on her desk for review. Now there's no list at all. Governor Newsom compares his social media engagement with the White House social media engagement. Far more engagement on Newsom's post. Newsom goes, votes are in. Patriots have better weekends than MAGA. Governor Newsom posts the new Rose Garden in the White House, which is a cement garden with yellow umbrellas. Margot Martin, who works at the White House, says, beautiful Friday at the White House, to which California Governor Newsom responds, great work you all are doing there. Seems like you're all hard at work. Governor Newsom then posts the future Gavin Newsom boat parade vote. Gavin 2020. Is that an 8 at the bottom or is that a 6 at the, oh, there it is. Gavin Newsom 2028. Wow. Historic. Thank you, Patriots. GCN. And then Governor Newsom responds to Mike Flynn's post. Mike Flynn, wow. Historic.
Speaking of flags, if you don't know, 4547 signed another one of his uh, executive orders today that it will be against the law to burn the American flag. Now, this has gone before the Supreme Court twice. Even in the signing of this executive order, he noted that this has been before the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court has determined that free speech does not end at you talking. Burning the flag in protest of the government is a part of your free speech. So he went on this whole big rant about if you burn the flag, you will get a year in jail. You will get no time off. This is the man who pardoned the January 6 people. Okay, just in case you didn't know, that was done today.
Thank you, Patriots, GCN. And then Governor Newsom responds to trying to imitate. Donald Trump's appeal comes from authenticity and clarity of purpose. Newsom substitutes theatrics for substance, flying rainbow banners over high school games, mocking on social media, and chasing headlines.
This comes from Mike Flynn, another sycophant who followed 4547 in his first term until he was the national security advisor, if I'm not mistaken, in his first term. He may have been over the Pentagon. I can't remember. I do remember that he went to jail. And while in jail, he was pardoned by 4547. So I just wanted to, I ran across that. So I just decided to share that with you. Now, here is something else I ran across this morning. I'm going to add the links in the actual chat because I hadn't held them up for this show today, but I thought that it would be interesting for you guys to hear this. I do not watch Joe Scarborough, but I ran across this title and I thought it would be interesting. Send them to Mike Johnson's state where they are needed. They are talking about the National Guard. If you guys don't know, Mike Johnson is the Speaker of the House, the little pansy boy who has a beep alert on his son's phone to alert his son if he searches for any adult material on his phone. And I'm sure I wonder, will it alert if Mike Johnson goes on the Grinder app, because Mike Johnson alleged lives with a minister in Washington D.C., a very flamboyant minister who came answered the door in some panties, allegedly. Now I wonder if Mike Johnson has if the Apple Mike Johnson's phone alerts if he goes on Grinder or something like that. Technically, Grinder is not a adult movie type of thing. Well, it's even better. It's a adult hookup flesh to flesh type of thing. I wonder if Grinder, Grinder that crashed twice at the Republican convention, because Grinder was being used so much in the what was it in? I forget where the Republican convention was. Was it in Memphis? Wherever the Republican convention was, Grinder crashed twice. Now these are people who want to tell you what you can do. Meanwhile, Grinder is crashing in the area where they had the Republican National Convention. I'm just giving you a little side note. Let's continue.
Carrying firearms, the majority will carry M17 pistols. They're service-issued weapons, according to a Defense Department official, while a small number of the troops will be armed with their service M4 rifles. National Guard troops were seen walking around the city with pistols holstered on their hips and MP patches designating their role as military police. They are authorized to use weapons for self-protection only. Meanwhile, new reporting reveals the Pentagon has been planning a military deployment to Chicago for weeks. Officials familiar with the matter tell the Washington Post that the planning involves several options, including mobilizing at least a few thousand members of the National Guard to the city as soon as next month. President Trump mentioned the city on Friday while speaking to reporters in the Oval Office.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent, and we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this, and it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come.
In an interview yesterday, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson said Trump's threats are unconstitutional and costly.
This president is not taking his role and his responsibility as serious as mayors like myself and across the country are, because we actually have to show up and deliver for people, where he gets to show up and make a mockery out of our democracy. It's unconstitutional, it's illegal, it's costly, and it's not going to drive violence down in our city. The work that we're doing is working. If he's serious, he would work with us.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker also weighed in, accusing the president of, quote, attempting to manufacture a crisis and abusing his power.
You know, the thing about this is, of course, we've talked about Washington, D.C. It's the nation's capital. Federal government, Congress could get involved, work with the president, and together, as we've been talking about, Reverend Al.
What the fuck he talking about? Congress could get involved. Congress is supposed to be involved in sending out the National Guards to cities. They are supposed to vote on it. He said Congress could get involved. They can't get involved if he plans a fake national emergency. Okay, let's continue.
For a long time, figure out how to partner with the city. And that hasn't happened. And now we're talking about Chicago. We're talking about New York City. Neither one of those cities are in the top 10 for most violent cities in America. And if you want to look per capita, they need to do no more than look to Mike Johnson's home state, the Speaker of the House, and look at violence per capita. You have a much higher chance of dying in Monroe, Louisiana than you do Chicago, Illinois. A much higher chance of dying in Shreveport, Louisiana than you.
Do I have a chance to get a smoothie? Can I get a smoothie before I die?
You do in Monroe. A much higher chance of dying in New Orleans, Louisiana than you do in New York City. I mean, New York, that's fabulously crazy. New York City continues to rank as one of the safest large cities in America. And I don't know that there's a close second. So there are all of these cities and towns in red state America.
They omitted Baltimore is another city that he plans black mayor, black governor. Baltimore is also on the list where they plan to deploy the National Guards.
America, you could look Little Rock, Arkansas. You could look at Monroe, Louisiana. You could look at Shreveport, Louisiana. You could look at New Orleans, Louisiana. You could look at Memphis, Tennessee. You could look one Nashville, Tennessee. You could look at one red state after another, Bessemer, Alabama, and you will see violent crime rates much, much, much higher per capita than Chicago, Illinois, San Francisco. Gavin Newsom yesterday.
Fox refuses to show you this stat, but the Louisiana murder rate is nearly 400 times higher than California.
Look, okay, here we go. The chance of having violent acts committed upon you in Mike Johnson's Louisiana, in red state Louisiana, red state that Donald Trump carried and every Republican has carried since Bill Clinton, the chances of being murdered in Louisiana, 400 times higher than in California. Let me say that again. Let me underline that again. You have a 400% higher chance of being murdered in red state Louisiana, Mike Johnson's home state, than you do on the left coast in Gavin Newsom's California. There is no emergency. There is no logic to Chicago, to San Francisco. If you're looking at the numbers, if you're looking at data, I don't even think this Supreme Court can turn a blind eye to this.
Oh yeah, this Supreme Court says that Donald Trump can do anything that he wants to do, as long as he believes that it is in his presidential powers. That was what was ruled on regarding presidential powers. Okay, let's see what Al Sharpton has to say. I didn't hear what he had to say.
People feel they're under siege. They are being picked on. When you look at the cities the president has named, all of those cities have declining crime rates, and all of them have black mayors. There's a racial element that he's race dog whistling here. He will not go.
And all of them have lower crime rates per capita.
That's right.
Than
That's what he
the
just
red
said.
state cities I mentioned.
That's what
And
he
would
just
not
said.
dare do that to his red state senators. Why wouldn't he have sat with a Mayor Bowser and say, how do we work this out, if he really thought there was a problem? He didn't think there was a problem. He was trying to create a situation and create some kind of picture that these people cannot run their cities. And that is why this is bad for everyone.
Low IQ, the most incompetent. Also in that press where he talked about Chicago, that press conference where 4547 talked about Chicago, he said that there are black women in red hats begging him to come to Chicago. T. Danielle, do you wear red Trump caps? He said that you black women in Chicago are begging him to come to Chicago. So this is some of the stuff that I wanted you to see. Now, let's get to the things that that was some new stuff that I found as I was getting ready to come live. So I dropped those links that I just shared in my description box. But let's get to what I actually wanted you guys to see. Now, I wanted to talk about he hates a fat black educated woman, and he mostly hates them when they have power. So if you guys, I hit the link. What? Oh, you wanna come up? No salt. I didn't drop that link. That link was to the videos that I was sharing. If you want to come up, I will drop the link. Okay, here it is. Okay, I dropped the link. Let me pin it. Okay, so there are a couple of things that I wanted to share with you about the Letitia James situation. Letitia James of the Southern District of New York, who successfully prosecuted 4547, a black female. She is a tad overweight, but she's not a big 60 type of overweight. Let me catch this and see what no assault. is talking about. No Salt, turn your camera off. Is your camera off, No Salt? Okay. Hey, No Salt.
It's off.
Okay, yeah, it's off now.
Hey, Dal. It's been
Hi, how are you? I can't hear you.
I'm
I
great.
I hear you now. Okay, what's going on?
There's a bit of an echo, but what I wanted everyone in your live stream to know, we can get from under Donald Trump. 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 We can get from under Donald Trump.
No Salt, I dropped you down. We just hear you repeating. We can get from under Donald Trump, and I don't, and it doesn't sound like you are repeating it. It sounds like it's an echo, 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 echo. Hit the link and come back up, and if you have your YouTube tab open, just turn the volume down on the YouTube video when you hit the link, and that was but it just sounded like an echo, 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 and the only thing I heard you say is we can get from under Donald Trump. uh I last week I forgot to tell you that 4547 is now ordering Republicans to do whatever they can do to pick up 100 House seats in 2026, including through massive gerrymandering, voter suppression, and overturning the Voting Rights Act. Yeah, if you didn't know that, I also was diligent in letting you know that the United States has been added to the Global Human Rights Watch List over declining civil liberties. If you don't know that, now you know we have been, the U.S. has been added to the Global Human Rights Watch List. The United States. Make let that sink in. Um, let that sink in. Let me see. What is this? Well, yes, we're going to talk about Governor West more in a little. We're talking about the disdain that 4547 has about overweight black women. Now, we know that Letitia James had him running for his life and running for presidency, and Elon Musk fronted his bid, basically paid his seat back to the White House because he was scheduled to be sentenced for these crimes that he had committed. And the only thing that saved him from being well, he was convicted. The only thing that saved him from being sentenced is this presidential run. So I don't know why they waited so long to do what they did, to charge him for his crimes. And when I say do what they did, to charge him for the crimes. But here we are. This is where we are right now. So Letitia James, now I showed you last week that there is some. Let me see. I showed you last week that there is some. Let me. No
No
salt.
salt.
Hi.
Turn off your volume to your YouTube. No salt.
Hi.
Turn off your volume to
I've been
your
saying you gotta.
No salt.
Hi.
Turn off your volume to
I've been saying you gotta.
No salt.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Hey, doll. I know it's been a while.
Yes, it has. I'm gonna go on mute as you talk.
And I want to say this. It's been a while. I haven't been here. I live on an Indian reservation, but I've been following your politics all the way through. You've done a fantastic job, Ronnie Kill. Can you hear me?
I appreciate that, and I thank you for following me.
Yeah, I follow you. I'm subscribed to you. I'm a member. I'm all that. We need you. I don't need you to stop. I need you to keep going.
Thank you, and I do plan to do that.
I want you to keep going because in this day and age, we need for our people to be aware. Did you hear about what happened in Texas?
Where they held the Congresswoman locked up in the Austin State Department, whatever.
Yes, and the
Capitol.
quorum, and all the Democrats left. We, as Black people, need to lock into this because this is crazy.
This is very crazy. And the people don't even know it's coming. Because they're ignoring what's going on around them. Because they haven't been affected by this budget that just passed. Now, when the results of the budget kicked in, you're going to see a lot of people panicking.
Correct. And even if you don't see it, you know that I have a residence in California. I went to Arizona. I'm on an Indian tribe. I'm under tribal law at this point. But we got to do something. And I listen to you when I wake up on my way to work and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I can't say anything." But you keep doing what you're doing, sis.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Go on mute. Wait a minute. I'm gonna put you on mute. I'm just putting you on mute while I talk. Because I hear echo when I talk. So I'll take you off mute when I'm done talking. I have my schedule has changed, and that's why sometimes I am unable to go live at my regular time. I used to go live at 4 a.m. on the West Coast time, and I understand that some people would listen to me when they were getting their day started on the East Coast or in the Midwest. But if you miss me, just check out the replay at your regular time. Okay.
Okay, you know what? I do listen to you on the replay, and I just think that you're doing such a phenomenal job for
I
all of us.
appreciate that.
For all of us.
Well, that's all. I'm just trying to inform people. People, once you know, hold on. Once you know, you cannot go back to saying, "Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know that." But not, it seems like it is what it is. Okay, you're off mute.
Absolutely not. You know what? Because if you didn't know after January 20th, you didn't want to know.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is. But now it's the time for us to step up as a people, as a collective. We need to step up at this period. I'll go on mute and you can add to it.
Yeah, but it seems like some people want to insist on living in ignorance. Like I've never voted before and nothing happened to me. Nothing crazy happened to me. So I'm just going to keep on living in my ignorance, and none of this is going to affect me. But we didn't have the type of people running for the presidency who have all of their policies locked up in Project 2025. Now, even before the election, I have been warning people what Project 2025 has in store for them. They are. We have been getting all of the ramifications and all of the ideas of Project 2025 hit at us since 45, 47 been in office. Even the architect of Project 2025 said that he was amazed and blown away at how quickly 45, 47 has enacted major parts of Project 2025. And now we have military in our streets, and people are still don't well, that's not true. They will go over to people who never talk politics and bring up the politics conversation. People who are actually living in these places that have the military on the street, they will never hit my link to talk about it, but they will go over to someone else who have no depth or breadth about any of this situation, and then they will try to talk politics over there. Dummies talking to dummies. I'm. You can come off mute. You can come off mute.
Okay, this is a dialogue, and this is what I want our people to know. I don't live under Donald Trump's regime. I'm on an Indian reservation. I am part Native American. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I am. And they have their own three branches of government, their police departments, their everything. But even if they didn't, and you decide to live where you live, get involved, get active, listen to these content creators such as Ronnie Q that are providing facts as to what's going on in the United States. That's all I ask. That's all I beg of any of you. I want you to do that because this man is trying to destroy everything about us, from DEI to affirmative action to segregation. We need to be ready and aware. I'm back on mute and I just want to hear your thoughts on that. Am I on point? Is it skewed? Am I off point? So I'm on mute now.
You're absolutely right about that. Now, 45, 47 has actually said that uh, contractors who get government contracts can segregate the workers. Now, nobody is even talking about that. I have reported on that the day after he put that into action, and people are like, ooh, da 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 da, nothing is happening. When somebody makes it a point to segregate their workers, and nobody has anything to say about that, and they act like, well, it's not like he's taking away. He can't take away the Civil Rights Acts. The point that he knows he can't take away Civil Rights Act, and he makes it a point to allow segregation wherever he can, which is within the people who have government contracts. What does that tell you? He would have taken it away if he could have. What does that tell you? Okay, and then you have also there was one more thing. I forget. It's so much stuff. It's more than actually one thing. That also the way that he is trying to attack the Voting Rights Act. Uh, um, duh, 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 oh, uh, the Charter 2 of the Voter Rights Act, which says that select groups have the right to keep their select groups. Like if a brown group is represented by a brown person historically, you then cannot go and separate that group because you don't like that group having a political power. And if you don't know, the reason given by Pam Bondi is to Texas is that she wanted to break up black districts. Now, this is in writing. Now, this is not hyperbole. This is not rumored. She wrote it in writing that she wanted to break up, the Department of Justice wanted to break up black districts in Texas. And that's exactly what they did. You can change the maps. You can vary the maps based upon the population, but it is illegal for you to change the map based on race. And that is the reason why after they changed the map at 2 a.m., voted to change the map at 8 a.m., they were sued for changing the maps because they specifically said that they wanted to break up black districts. Okay, go ahead.
Indeed, that is exactly what they did. The maps were broken up, and I'm so happy that in California we have Governor Newsom. Uh, it that's that was a no go, an absolute no go. And although I live in, well, I'm doing a nursing traveling contract in Arizona, that was everything. I'm so glad that we're standing up as Californians, but we need other states to stand up with us. It just can't be California fighting and fighting and fighting and donating $847 billion to other states.
You are exactly right.
847 billion with a B to other states to pay for them, and they won't align themselves with us. So what are your thoughts on that?
Let me put. Oh, you put yourself on. My thoughts on that is that uh 45, 47 won the largest block of black people more than he did before. I think that people are even people of other races who voted against their interests. And all of this is an attempt to be elite, to say that they are not like black people. Black people need to be more like black people. used to be in their past. It to try to separate yourself from all black people is to your own detriment, and black people need to get back on black code, because black people being on code has got us the things that we have through history to this day that they're trying to take away from us. So to be black, is that a thing? To be black is why this whole United States of America has an economy, has wealth, because of black people. And black people need to stop looking at their blackness as something to be ashamed of, and whiteness as something to aspire to. And see, that is the problem with black people. I'm not talking about any race of people, other race of people, because I'm a black woman. And I know what our ancestors did to do us when did for us when all odds were against us. They stayed together and they stood as one, and they got things done. But these Negroes who want to be associated with any and everything but their blackness, they are our detriment. They are to our detriment and to their own detriment. And you notice that I'm not like the regular Negro over in the beef sector would come over and tell me all the good things about 45, 47. They refuse. They don't even bother to come over here now with that bullshit. All these contrarians who were talking about you are ignorant if you continue to vote the Democrat Party. What has the Democrat Party done for you? But see, if you don't vote the Democrat Party, what are you voting for? You're gonna not vote for the Democrat Party just to say you're not voting for the Democrat Party because it ain't did nothing for you, and then you're gonna turn around and vote for somebody who tells you that they're gonna have the National Guards on the military on the street, not the National Guard, the military on the street if you decide to protest, which is a right that you have under the Constitution, but you want to act like you are such a smart motherfucker and you know better. And look at the position that we are in now, and all of these Trump has a good economic policy. A man who has gone bankrupt personally and in his businesses so many times. These motherfuckers wanted to get out here and talk about the economy and why they would not vote Democratic because of the economy. See, we definitely need to push these Democrats as well. I have a story. What is that? Her name is Bush, from Baltimore. Tory Bush. She was primary by a black man who was propped up by AIPAC. AIPAC is they don't call it a lobbying group. They may as well call it a lobbying group. AIPAC is Israel. He was propped up by AIPAC to go against Cori Bush, and he won her seat. Cori Bush wanted to do something for our people, but this sellout let AIPAC prop him up. He got $12 million from AIPAC to run against Tory Bush, and he is voting lockstep with Israel. Now, he'll rather protect Israel than to protect his own people for $12 million.
Whoa. With Israel?
Yes.
Oh my God. I have no words. I have no words at this point.
Let me pull this up. This is one of the things I was going to talk about today. And let's check this out.
People, we need to be over here listening to Ronnie Kill. We need to listen to her. She brings facts on facts on facts. And that's all I'm going to say. Ronnie Q, are you bringing it up?
So I was looking for it. It's Wesley Bell. If you're not familiar with Wesley Bell, we're gonna get into it right now. I just found it. Hold on. Representative Wesley Bell violently kicks protester out of town hall, criticizing his ties with APEC. Here, this is a short. I hope it has everything because I had a longer video. Let me show this to you. I want you to notice the guy in the mint green shirt, especially. I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna.
Do that, bro.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What are you? Stop! 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 Calm down! That's escalation! You shut up! That's escalation! Max, here. I'm so sorry.
That's fine, but it would make it easier for everybody to start.
Please don't talk to me. Fuck you.
Young lady, please. I'm asking.
Listen, you don't have to touch me. You don't have to talk to me.
I'm not touching, but if you don't leave, you're gonna get a trust.
I am literally walking though.
Let's go.
Mind y'all, I have done nothing but film today. I have done nothing but film. So he's still putting. They are abusing people. They are literally abusing people. That is a reporter.
Come on, you gotta go.
I'm literally going to the door. Please stop. Don't touch me.
Ma'am, you gotta go out. Go out.
Please do not touch me.
You're not
I
moving.
can't walk through a door. She's in front of the damn door. He's touching people for no reason.
He's not allowed to. You're not allowed to do that.
Did you know about that? And let me get your comments about that.
No, I didn't know about it, but I have a question. Was this a public meeting? And I'm thinking
This was a town hall.
Yeah, it was public.
Yes.
Yes.
My,
Okay.
Okay.
ugh.
Now,
Now
I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to.
play another one inside the town hall where he was trying to talk. And we know that these town halls, people ask questions and they try to walk around the questions. This is inside the town hall. They would not allow him to simp. And this is how it was inside the town hall.
They will not touch her, but she will leave. I hear your cries, but we cannot disrupt the purpose of the town hall. There are people that want to have their questions read. It is not fair that those individuals that actually have submitted questions here, who really have concern, not saying the concerns are not important. What I'm saying is, let's do this the democratic way, the democracy way.
So there are a lot of complicated issues in this situation. Feeding children is not one of them. That's a very simple thing to do, is to make certain that we are flooding the zone, surging humanitarian aid. Come on, let me finish.
Now, as children are starving to death, this is their question. He said feeding children is not a big thing. We can flood the zone. That is a 47 term, meaning to put out a whole lot of things for you to look at while we're not doing anything. So he's upsetting his constituents.
Let me finish the answer. Do you want me to print out an answer so you can just read it? So what we need to do, stop talking. We're trying to answer the question.
No, sir.
Okay. Now,
He is not going to play with you.
Now he couldn't answer the question because they were interrupting him. You know, he couldn't answer the question because he had no question, no answer for a question. Now let's see.
This was a schminicide. A schminicide. For him to say that? Are you kidding me?
Okay, let me see if. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna show you one more. Yeah, that's it. I want to show you one more.
We don't take the questions. We're saying, I want to answer that question too. There was a attack, and I'm not even talking about it October 7th. I'll go back, if you want to talk about the history, where when the UN established Israel, the Arab countries who were in charge of that Palestinian, which was not Palestine at the time, who's controlling that area.
Okay. So this is a town hall, and he's sitting up here giving Israeli talking points. Understand that Corey Bell is one of the many congressmen who took the trip over to Israel when they were on their vacations. In August, he took the trip like these influencers are taking the trip over to Israel, and Israel is feeding them their talking points. If somebody asks you this, tell them that. If somebody asks you this, tell them that. So he's in his town hall to represent his people of the United States, giving Israeli talking points, as we all see what's going on in Israel, in Gaza. At the hands of Israel.
Congress Congressman Wesley Bell, a Democrat, was confronted by furious protesters at his town hall just last night over his unwavering support for the terrorist country of Israel. And I say terrorist country because they're currently carrying out the ethnic cleansing and genocide of the Palestinian people in Gaza and building additional illegal settlements in the West Bank, which they intend to annex. Now, keep in mind that this is the guy, Wesley Bell, who ousted former Congresswoman Cori Bush with the help of AIPAC.
Did I call him Corey Bell? I'm getting it mixed up with Cori Bush. Okay, let's continue. I apologize.
The Israel lobby. So the Super PAC United Democracy Project spent $8.5 million.
What happened to the sound?
Bush, and clearly they succeeded.
I apologize. Know what happened.
That matter the most: foreign policy and the economy. He also responded to attendees.
I disagree. I think everybody should be able to participate.
So that man up there debasing himself is a Democrat. I just want to remind you all, because we still engage in like the performative nonsense that we have two options. We have the right and the left, the Democrats and the Republicans, and they're so different from each other on everything.
And this is why I say we need to continue to put our foot on the any elected official, because just because they are a Democrat and Republican does not mean that they are even trying to address your needs. So let's continue with this.
Except the issues that matter the most: foreign policy and the economy. He also responded to attendees who were accusing him of being complicit in a genocide, arguing, I just don't see it that way.
About the word genocide, because we see that differently. When it comes to the word genocide, I kind of disagree with it, because the bottom line is Israel was attacked by an openly genocidal terrorist group. How do you get around that?
I don't see it that way, because Israel was attacked by a genocidal group. This is his Netanyahu approved answer. Netanyahu is not committing a genocide on the Palestinian people. Fuck what your eyes see. They were attacked and 1,000 people died. And in response, over 1,000 plus people died. It was horrible. Yes, it was horrible. Nobody wants 1,000 people in their country to be attacked and die. But in response, over 100,000 people. Now Israel own numbers says that for every Hamas person who has died, 8 civilians have died. This is their own numbers, but they deny that they are committing genocide. Let's continue.
Hamas said openly that they want to destroy Israel openly. And so if you're accusing somebody of genocide, you're standing with an organization that says they want to commit genocide. You don't see that? I think it's a little hypocritical.
So just to ensure that you all heard that very, very last part, because it is difficult to hear what he's saying with people rightly screaming over him for being an embarrassment to this country and to the Democratic Party. He said that if you accuse Israel of committing genocide, you're standing with Hamas. So in order to not stand with Hamas, you need to greenlight Israel's genocide, of course. What a clown. What a complete and utter embarrassment to this country. So Maxi Glamour, who attended the town hall, said Bell's answer didn't acknowledge the truth. I'm just gonna read one quote. Here's what the attendee says. Wesley Bell wanted to argue for semantics so that he can have some ethical, moral standing ground that his complicitness isn't perpetuating the genocide, and he really failed on showing the community that he cared about it. Well, him and almost every other member of Congress. Cenk, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts on Tommy Bell. Let's go through some numbers. He said, well, Hamas is an openly genocidal group. So let's take the numbers most friendly to Israel. Hamas has killed, on October 7th, killed 67% of the people they killed were civilians. Terrible, disgusting. And that's why we call them a terrorist group and have been opposed to them from day one, right? Israel, according to a report today from Plus 972 magazine in Israel and in The Guardian from an IDF leak, has killed 83% of the people they've killed in Gaza are civilians. So they have a far worse civilian kill ratio than Hamas does. They also have a worse civilian kill ratio than Assad does, than the genocide in Bosnia. I can go on. By the way, the Russians, Vladimir Putin, terrible. I can't believe they invaded Ukraine. Dead set against it. Their civilian kill ratio in Ukraine is 10%. Israel's in Gaza is 83%.
According to the IDF's own documentation and files. Yep.
Okay, so if Hamas is a terrible genocidal organization that, as he's claiming, no problem, agreed. Well, then Israel is clearly worse. And you know the numbers I'm going to tell you. Israel has killed 60 times the number of civilians as Hamas did. Israel has killed 500 times the number of children that Hamas did. So if Hamas is as disgusting as Tommy Bell says, then obviously Israel is way worse, right? But, I left out a number. How much did the Israeli lobby spend to get Wesley Bell elected over Cori Bush? $8.5 million. So that's why he's dancing up there for them, okay? So as I've been telling you the last couple of weeks, now when I see Israeli officials on TV, I feel like I'm looking at German officials from World War II.
I apologize. I said 12 million. It was only 8.5 million. Peanuts.
Yeah, we are treating everyone very well, mach schnell, right? And so now when I see these corrupt politicians, I'm like seeing lipstick and fishnet stockings on them because they're prostitutes. So this, I have no respect for Tommy Bell. Okay, none, zero, less than zero.
He's calling him Tommy. Okay.
So don't tell me, no, a Democrat vote blue no matter who. So here's a prostitute for Israel. Everybody give him money. Everybody give him your votes. No, you should never, ever, ever vote for Tommy Bell. Okay.
Or anyone who's taking money from the Israel lobby. Honestly. Look, we're in my opinion, we're in a dire situation, okay? Because it has become very clear to me. One of the biggest examples that our government isn't working for us and is letting Israelis literally do things that not only harm people in the Middle East, but harm us here in America, was with what happened with that cybersecurity official from Israel who tried to.
Okay, that is my one of my later stories. I'm going to end that now. I have found a better picture of what happened after Wesley Bell's town hall meeting from various angles. So let's get into the violence as people were leaving. Were actually leaving and told that they were going to be trespass and stuff. You can't trespass when you tell a person to leave and they're leaving. So that is the first bullshit. But let's watch the violence that they put upon these people. Here we go. Do we see this? Do we see this?
Joking?
Did you see him punch the lady in the yellow shirt who was just trying to get him off of that lady? Did you see him punch her in her face? Did you see her head swing back? Let's watch this again. Let's watch this again. The man or a woman, I thought it was a woman. Looking from behind, it may be a man. I don't know. The person in the yellow is going to get punched in the face.
Are you fucking joking? I'm sorry. That was
Jeez.
I just had a reaction that was a little visceral. Apologies for talking over it, but watch the guy in the green shirt. He puts his. Is he like choking that woman who's what, a third of his size?
He's grabbing her by the back
size?
of the head here.
By her hair?
There's another angle too, a closer angle that plays after this one.
All right, Jesus.
Now he's trying to separate that lady from that huge man, and he gets thrown to the ground, and you better calm your ass down, boy. Okay, he sounding sounding like he took his police information. He got his police training from Boss Hall. You better calm your ass down, boy. This is a black man. Let's continue.
Israel trained these cops?
There's a good chance. We know Israel trains the NYPD.
If you didn't know, Israel does train the NYPD. Israel, what is it? They got IDE. They train the New York City cops. Okay.
Here's another angle for the same thing that happened.
Oh my God.
That's an assault.
I mean, Israel emboldens all sorts of violent people around the world to engage in this behavior in defense of some nebulous idea of like Jewishness around the world that obviously most of the people don't care about, especially in the United States of America, where most of the people who subscribe to Zionism are just like outright Christian anti-Semites. But like it
represents whiteness for them, whiteness as opposed to Judaism. Yeah.
Not even just as a political ideology, like it allows them on an interpersonal level to just like engage in all sorts of like antisocial behavior while being, cheered on by the state, by being cheered on. Like, if you go and punch a, anti-genocide protester in the face in front of a cop, heads or tails, they won't arrest you. They might join in. They might go like, yeah, like they might just turn a blind eye. And that's very attractive to, I think, a type of violent person who's very common in the United States of America. Because they've been conditioned to behave this way, that like it's, it won't be constrained to just like attacking anti-Israel protesters. And that's something that people don't want you to know about the Israeli genocide machine. That's what they don't want you to know about, like the American political industrial, not political, police industrial complex, that they pretend like it's going to be siloed to like destructive and dangerous and deviant populations. And by the time you realize that they built this whole, this whole genocide engine, you're going right into it.
Yeah, I mean, it also is just, it's representative of force, violence, power, capital. Like it's why it's important not to talk about Israel as an ally of the United States, but more as an extension of the United States, as a colonial outpost, as a vassal state, whatever you want to use to describe it, but not as an ally in a traditional relationship.
Okay, so I just dropped that link in the chat. You can go off mute. Is there anything that you want to say about that? No, Saul.
It's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, and yet it's very revealing.
Yeah, it is. So I want to talk about. I also I have been giving updates on what's going on in Gaza. I have been saying for the longest, for months, even what was going on with Gaza under Biden's administration was horrible. So,
Indeed, it was. But for the Trump administration to destroy all that food for Gaza,
and then hold on, and then for them to pretend as if they were going to make some agency to feed the people in Gaza. They had already partnered with Israel. This partnership with Israel, where they were making, when they start bringing the food back in Israel, they would not allow the regular humanitarian people who would pass out food to pass out food. No, they United States and Israel partner with each other for this food distribution, and that's where when the people were coming, they were taking shots at them. I have covered all of this, where they were actually shooting the people who were coming for food, and thousands of people have died just going to these food centers. And then when the tension got too hot, 45, 47 was like, oh, it's easy to give out food. I can have a place where they can just walk up and get the food. But where's that place now? That has been weeks ago. Have we heard about anything other about them getting food? No, what we have heard about is that they are looking to send the Palestinian people to Uganda, or all of these war-torn areas. We have heard about them looking for a government that is not working to take a couple of million, they probably not even giving them $1 billion to take the Palestinian people off of their land. The Israelis have announced that they are taking all of Gaza. That's what we have heard. We have not heard anything about this easy route to feed the people that Wesley Bell was trying to say it's no problem to feed the people. That he's echoing 45, 47 words. Well, how come nobody has taken the easy route with the amount of money that we are giving Israel? But nobody has found the easy route to feed starving children. Okay.
okay, unfortunately, the Palestinians turned on Kamala Harris. That is where the inception started. It doesn't have to do with anything of the children. We are all heartbroken. However, they chose this path. And it was the wrong path to go down. It was. And so now everyone from our community, the Black community, that would have supported them, they're saying, you know what? You turned on a woman with an economics degree. You turned on her. And it was ugly. It was really ugly in November. I don't like it. I didn't like it at all. They turned on her. And so now we're saying we want to support you at all, at any measure.
But you're gonna have to. You have to realize that Kamala Harris was Biden's VP. She was, and while she was his VP, yes, she couldn't come up with any different thing that she would do. But when she became the candidate, she was too mealy mouthed. She never said that I'm going to do things different than Biden did. Biden did the exact same thing that 45, 47, strong words, and I'm giving him strong words. She didn't come out and differentiate herself about what she would do in in Palestine. So what they had was her record on what she did not do in Palestine, what she did not say in Palestine. That is the truth, and you know, that's why they say the Palestinian community, I think, is a huge Palestinian community in Dearborn, Michigan.
Yes, and I was
Overwhelmingly,
there last week. I was there last week. And they are truly remorseful, but the rhetoric, the comments, the statements against Kamala Harris, no one has any empathy for them at all. At all. Because you led the charge. You hurt us. Not only did you hurt us, you hurt yourselves. I'm going
and
on mute.
so many of us are hurting ourselves. Now I want to thank you. Shh, hold on. Now I want to get to this one piece that I wanted to share about what they are doing to black women in this administration, powerful black women. Let me share these things with you. Oh, also, if you didn't, while we are on Israel, if you didn't know that there was a prostitution sting done in Las Vegas, they netted a whole lot of people in Las Vegas in this prostitution sting, and they netted someone from Israel. He was one of the main security people in Israel. And what do you think happened to this man? He was arrested and then he was released. He was released. He was not charged like the other people were charged. He was released and he was allowed to go back to Israel. Let me this is under notice the crimes this administration protects. So let's get into this. He was allowed to go back to Israel. Do you think he's gonna come back? Do you think he's gonna come back for his trial? He hooked up with a 15-year-old girl.
No.
Okay, so let me show you the story. Since we're on Israel. And he told her to bring the condom. At least he wanted her to bring the condoms.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's done some really important reporting, not just here. So shout out to her for really breaking this down and highlighting this, bringing it to the forefront. So she tweets, the executive director of Israel's National Cyber Directorate was arrested this week in Las Vegas in a child predator ring sting. There were a number of other people who were arrested as well. I think 7 different individuals. So he gets arrested in this sting of trying to lure a child on a computer for sex acts. And then he's released and allowed to go back to Israel. Keep this up on the screen for just one moment. So you can see she has screenshots here. One from Ynet News, which is an Israeli publication, says U.S. detains worker from Israel's top cyber defense agency for questioning. The prime minister's office says the incident resolved quickly, ending with brief questioning. of National Cyber Directorate staffer before his release. So that's the way they're spinning it, is like, oh, he was just questioning, it was all fine. You've got the local news saying that all of these individuals, by the way, one of the other dudes in here was a pastor, a minister, so that's cool too. But he actually was arrested, apparently facing charges. They all face felony charges of luring a child with a computer for a sex act and were booked into the Henderson Detention Center, with the exception of one of the individuals who's booked into a different detention center. So again, all of them arrested and booked. You can see she also has this guy, Tom Alexandrovich, who was the executive director of Israel's, still is, Israel's national cyber director, which is a very important position, by the way. There you can see his Twitter profile, so you can see sort of, you know, what his whole deal is. Let's put the next piece up on the screen with some more details reported out here by Mel. She says, just to clarify, she's got the arrest record here on the right. Okay, so again, rebutting the line of the Israeli prime minister's office saying, oh, he's just questioning he was released. No, no, no. Here he is, the arrest record right there on the right of your screen. She says, number one, Tom Alexandrovich was 100% charged. It's on the county website. His next hearing is supposed to be 8/27/2025. I'm sure that's not happening. Number two, Tom was charged with luring a child with a computer to engage in sexual conduct. Number three, in order to be charged with this specific offense, Tom had to seek out a child under the age of 16 with the explicit purpose of luring them from their parents to engage in sexual conduct, who, she says, in the Trump admin intervened on behalf of him. Was it cash? Wouldn't surprise me since the FBI was part of the sting. We want answers now. Sean King does have some reporting. Now, his quote-unquote reporting should be taken with a grain of salt. He claims to have sources within the police department who said, yes, this was, you know, our sting, and the Trump administration intervened and forced him to be released so that he could fly back to Israel in order to escape any sort of charges or accountability for this. I don't even know what to say. I mean, again, the details of
This is devastating. This is awful.
And that's not even the half. To get to the part where high-ranking United States government officials were the ones who helped him be able to not stay in the United States to face the charges. Let me continue to let that play, and I will get the next clip.
This you could not even make up, but it appears that he was caught dead to rights as part of this broader child pedophilia sting in Las Vegas. And then the federal government, the Trump administration, very likely, we don't have that totally locked down, but very likely, because how else would this happen, intervened and said, no, you got to let this guy go. And he's allowed to fly back to Israel. Wow. Unbelievable, Sagar.
It's very interesting, isn't it? Well, I think a lot of it speaks for itself, so I'll just leave some of it.
Not much commentary is really needed here, is it?
I was just, you know,
I mean.
Okay, the link is in my description box for that one. So here, let me share the next one with you. Do you have anything you want to add to that? Okay,
I'm at a loss for words.
Well, hold on. Let me play two more clips for you then. Get your thoughts together.
Thank you.
Hold on. I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share my screen.
I mean, we could put this up on the screen for just one moment.
Oops, that's that same one I just shared. I apologize. Now, the name of this video is Israeli pedo hires Trump pro-Israel appointee.
You guys are like a mafia state. Like the blackout that I have now gotten from people who I originally could get on the phone is extraordinary. And the reason why is the word has come on down from the top. Everybody shut up about this case. And in particular, it shows from the lawyer that Tom Alexandrovich has hired. So let's go and put this up there on the screen. The Las Vegas Review-Journal, who's owned by who? Who? Right?
That would be
Miriam Adelson. Right. Oh, forgot about that. The Las Vegas Review-Journal has now confirmed that the Israeli official, Tom Alexandrovich, who was caught up in that child sexting, has now hired the celebrity attorney David Chesnoff and Richard Schoenfeld.
Marian Adelson, she has given 47 an exorbitant amount of money for his campaign. He was a casino magnate, and that's who Marian Adelson is, and she's a born Jewish and supports everything Israel.
He hired a celebrity attorney. That's where the bells and whistles should have went off with everyone. Because if you're innocent, you can do two things: not hire an attorney or hire a regular attorney. But if you hire a celebrity attorney, it screams guilty to me.
David Chesnoff is the most powerful lawyer in the entire state of Nevada. Very recently, he, along with 22 others, including Mark Levin, were appointed by Donald Trump to the Homeland Security Advisory Committee, okay? Just to show you how powerful this current individual is. And lo and behold, it will shock you, absolutely shock you to learn that he is a very pro-Israel lawyer, who is the most powerful one in the state of Nevada. Let's go to the next one, please. He actually did an entire article with the Las Vegas Review-Journal back in November of 2023, where he went to Israel to volunteer in a hospital. He claimed that he had spent a lot of time there over the years. He's now been awarded, actually, with several awards pertaining to the state of Israel and for a lot of his support, which brings me actually to the next one. So let's go and put that one up on the screen. So this is fascinating. I'm becoming very familiarized with the state. Back in 2021, it was actually kind of a scandal in Vegas because David Chesnoff, the lawyer now for Tom Alexandrovich, donated $30,000 to the Clark County DA, Steve Wolfson. Steve Wolfson is the person who is in charge of prosecuting Mr. Alexandrovich. Now, people need to understand that this famous defense lawyer donates $30K to the Clark County DA, Stephen Wolfson. Now, we are currently in a situation which they called pay-to-play justice in the scandal there at the time, where Mr. Chesnoff is now representing Tom Alexandrovich in the very case that DA Wolfson is prosecuting this Israeli government official for. I will continue to note that Wolfson has only given one interview on the case of Alexandrovich. He said that he was treated completely normally, but he floated a probation as a potential option. So everybody understands here, he's potentially already floating the idea that Alexandrovich can walk scot-free and he can just get probation. He also said currently that he doesn't have any concerns about Alexandrovich's return, but he's like, we have extradition treaties there that are available. Well, I looked into it because that's what I do. Let's go and put D7, please, up here on the screen. And I actually did some research. I go, okay, when is the last time Israel returned a charged American pedophile? Well, the most recent is just from October of 2023, when a guy named Gershon Kranzer, who was charged with multiple crimes against children in 2010, fled to
Now you hear him say the most recent time they returned somebody was 2023. But I want you to understand that this man was charged in 2010, but he didn't get returned until 2023.
Yes, I did hear that.
Okay. Oh, so let's finish the rest.
To Israel, it took 11 years to return him to the United States. Why? Because he took advantage of Aliyah, the right to return, which we talked about earlier in the show. The Israeli legal system, and specifically the extradition treaty with the United States, has multiple loopholes for any Israeli citizen who is facing extradition. In fact, this became a crisis back in 1999 because actually locally here, Crystal, a 17-year-old murdered another 17-year-old, butchered his body and set him on fire. His father was Israeli and he's like, look, Israel's got no extradition, we're going. And so he fled to Israel. What ended up happening is that the Israelis, after massive diplomatic pressure happened, they said, okay, our Supreme Court won't allow him to be extradited. So we'll try him for the crime in Israel and he can serve his prison sentence there. That leads to a 2005 extradition protocol. That protocol, though, has massive amounts of holes in it, which basically the Israeli legal system is rigged. I guess if all should be, for the ability for their citizens to not face extradition. So
Okay, this link is also in my description box. There is one more about this particular story. You hear him say that the Israeli system is rigged, and it is rigged to allow people who abuse children to go back to Israel and not be extradited to the United States. And I am going to play for you a video that absolutely talks about that. Okay, here is
PDO3s. The PDO3s out of Israel.
Now here's an update on the case. They kept getting updates. This is the latest update. Alleged Israeli pedo met with the FBI and the NSA before going back to Israel. You know, the people who are going to keep your streets safe. This is what they did when they met with this guy. The people who have
Tom Alexandrovich,
National Guards on your streets. This is what they did when they met with him, who was trying to hook up with a 15-year-old girl.
Hello, everybody. I apologize for the late hour, but I have some major breaking news that I can share with all of you. You may have seen the story that we covered on Breaking Points today of this man, Tom Alexandrovich, the Israeli government official who was arrested in Nevada, who was released and returned to the state of Israel after being charged with luring a child for a sex act. He's an Israeli government official, the head of their cyber division. Well, this is exclusively for our premium subscribers that I'm able to share with you because I literally just got my hands on this information. And it's only because of your support for our journalism that I was able to get this. And I can exclusively report to all of you many of the details surrounding the case. I was able to get my hands on the declaration of arrest from Tom Alexandrovich, which reveals some stunning details. Again, this is exclusive just for our premium subscribers. Nobody else has even heard any of this information publicly. It will remain that way until tomorrow, genuinely as a thank you for enabling our journalism here. I'm going to go ahead and share with all of you the primary source document, which is absolutely stunning, that was shared with me by a source which will remain unnamed. Inside of it, we learn several important things. One of this I'll put just up here on the screen. You can see Tom Alexandrovich, the date and the time of his arrest, which was August 6, 2025.
And you notice why is it a common thread in this administration? These are the people who they are always protecting, to the point that they're saying Maxwell may have been innocent, basically, and may have been had a miscarriage of justice performed on her, just so they can make an excuse why they are fluffing up pardoning a convicted criminal because she said the right things that they believe, that makes us believe that 47 did nothing wrong. She saw him do nothing wrong. It's always these people do now. Do you understand? Remember, I showed you the clip where his spiritual advisor was arrested for the same thing. Why is it all? I guess water seeks its own level, but let's continue.
You will see that he was charged with luring a minor using technology. Some of the details, guys, here is that it's a classic kind of undercover sting operation run by the FBI Child Task Force and the Nevada Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. That was a joint operation that they launched on August 6th. What we learn effectively is that an undercover operative began to pose as a 15-year-old girl on 2 different apps. One of them is called Pure, and later on using WhatsApp. What they found is that Tom Alexandrovich engaged in a conversation with what he believed to be a 15-year-old female juvenile and, quote, spoke about sexual contact with that minor. The user then later agreed to meet the decoy at a predetermined location. The sexual contact included, quote, bringing a condom and taking the decoy to Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas, where this happened. Quote, prior to the meeting, photographs of the subject communicating with the decoy juvenile were obtained. The suspect advised they would be arriving in an Uber. Quote, while the undercover operative was in contact with the subject, being made aware in the area of the predetermined location, task force operators contacted this person who they knew to be arriving. Quote, every attempt was made to positively identify that user that had agreed to sexual contact. That subject was then identified as Tom Alexandrovich prior to being contacted. So I'm just sharing the circumstances here that this all went about. You know, first of all, as we could see in the details, the document, you could see very clearly that he engaged.
Was she 18? Was she 18 years old?
No, this was a sting. This was a cop. You know how they, and she was pretending she was 15. This is a straight up sting.
Okay, Ronnie Boo.
In conduct with somebody or in contact, sexual contact, and agreed to meet that juvenile who he believed was 15 years old for sex. What transpires next is actually just so crazy. So I'm going to read here again exclusively from the documents. What they say is that Alexandrovich was placed under arrest. He was transported to the Henderson Police Department. Due to the aforementioned facts, they say they determined based on the undercover communications with Pure, the phone number and everything, that Alexandrovich did indeed, arrive at this location with the intent to have sex. What then follows is an extraordinary interview with a lot of claims being made that undermine a lot of what we are now learning. So what they say is that, quote, upon Alexandrovich's arrival, he engaged in a recorded interview and he waived his Miranda rights, as they say very clearly. The interview was then conducted at 2000 hours on August 6, 2025. Alexandrovich said that his native language is Russian and Hebrew. He agreed to speak and fully understands English. He waived his Miranda rights. He advised, due to being from Israel, the Israeli consulate would be notified. So do you guys see immediately they're talking about notifying the Israeli government? This matters because the Israeli government initially denied Alexandrovich had ever been placed under arrest when the police department is saying here explicitly that he is, of course, being notified to the Israeli consulate. They say, quote, Alexandrovich is from Israel and is visiting for a Black Hat conference, works for the Israeli government agency and has so for approximately 14 years. He stated he's never been arrested and he's not familiar with the consequences of not speaking to U.S. authorities. Alexandrovich stated he has a meeting with the NSA tomorrow and had met several bureau people and NSA people over the past week. So let me just underscore that. This man is here in our country on behalf of the Israeli government to meet with the NSA and with the FBI, and in the meantime gets caught up in an FBI sting operation where he is allegedly, I guess, for the legal record, trying to meet up with a 15-year-old girl for sexual contact. I'll continue. They say Alexandrovich described the bureau agents who he'd been talking to. He stated he was at the conference to learn. He stated he's in approximately the United States 3 months ago. Stated he comes to approximately the United States 2 to 3 times a year. Stated he'd use the international phone number to chat. Stated he did not remember the name of the girl he was chatting with, but he'd met her on the Pure application. Alexandrovich stated he had photos of himself on Pure, could not recall if he had sent them by the application. Yeah, sure. Stated that he uses the name, quote, Adam on dating apps, stated that he had agreed to go to dinner and show with a date. Then he does the classic To Catch a Predator, stated he believed the girl was 18 years old. That was age listed on the Pure application. Stated he felt that the girl, quote, pushed him to talk about bringing a condom, yet could not remember how many times, quote, the girl had pushed him. Stated, quote, he was embarrassed for being arrested. This is where things get very interesting, guys. Quote, questioned how much bail would cost while he was under arrest. They also said that he stated he would need his glasses, stated that he had family members' phone numbers memorized, stated that he was in shock and someone he needed to contact immediately about his international flight back to Israel. Alexandrovich stated he did not know the numbers for the Israeli government, stated that his family was in Israel, stated it was very, very important to get his numbers for his flight, stated that his flight is on Friday to New York and then will fly to Israel, stated that his phone does not have a password but uses both of his right thumbprint, and stated he did not need the following numbers from his phone. They list them. Here, importantly, Alexandrovich stated if he could message his family or make a call to the embassy, they stated that would not be possible right now, and stated that he eventually would like to participate in a polygraph. So those are the details that I could share with all of you. It really is stunning, right? Because what we learn from that is that he is immediately advised, right? That he immediately is advised that they're going to contact the Israeli consulate. He starts emphasizing, first of all, he does the classic predator stuff about, oh, I didn't even know she was 15, she pushed me, etc., whatever. He can litigate that in court, but he is here to meet with the NSA and with the FBI. Now, remember, they say that he was not here. He did not claim diplomatic immunity or anything. That is what.
Okay, now, who is Black Hat? He was here on a Black Hat. Have you guys heard about Black Hat? Black Hat. If you haven't heard about Black Hat, here, cybersecurity network. Let's hear a little bit about Black Hat.
Offer me power. I don't care.
So you just don't care?
I'll say what I want to say, and if the consequence of that is losing money, so be it.
Okay.
Offer me money. Offer me power.
Okay, that wasn't a good one.
Hacker Summer Camp. It's a thing. It's happening right now. Well, actually, from August 2nd to August 7th, Black Hat USA is back at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas. Last year, over 21,000 cybersecurity professionals and enthusiasts attended from across the world. Sounds amazing. I'm going, and I want to see you there. The first 4 days of the event are packed with hands-on training from leading industry experts. And no matter your skill level, noob to expert, there's something for you. And now's your chance to learn offensive and defensive techniques. Everything from the latest social engineering attacks to evasive malware development. And that's just the start. The main conference date, August 6th and 7th, will showcase over 100 briefings, dozens of open source tool demonstrations in the arsenal. That sounds intense. It's a high traffic business hall for vendors, as well as networking and social events. You're gonna be busy the whole time. You'll never get bored. With all Black Hat has to offer, don't wait. And hack your way into savings with code NetworkChuck. Hacker Summer Camp. It's a thing. It's happening right now. Well, actually, from August 2nd.
Let me see if I can get. Let's see.
If there was one theme that cut through nearly every conversation at Black Hat this year, it was AI.
Kind of say AI is like oxygen. It's in everything now, right? And it's all around us. Haven't called it the force yet, but I think that might be the first time I said it.
But before we even get into the technology itself, WWT's Kate Keene noticed something that went beyond the tech, and yet the tone was very different from last year. In 2024, AI brought more apprehension than excitement. And this year, there was a noticeable shift. If there was one theme that cut through nearly every conversation at Black Hat this year, it was AI.
Kind of say AI is like oxygen. It's in everything now, right? And it's all around us. Haven't called it the force yet, but I think
that's what he was here for. Now, why? This is the last thing I want to talk about. Why is Israel the no expedition and the reach arounds that they have for the new expedition thing that goes on in Israel. Now here is a report. I've shared this report with you guys previously. I'm just going to play a little of it. The name of it is How Jewish American Pedos Hide from Justice in Israel. If you did not know this, I played this before you before. This is an ongoing thing. When did, let me see when this video came out. This video came out 5 years ago. So if you don't think that this is an ongoing thing, it's an ongoing thing.
A loophole that allows accused and convicted American pedophiles to escape justice by moving to Israel. So Ian Lee has been following this for more than a year, and he traveled to Israel for this investigation. He worked with a group that tracks people accused of sex crimes, which estimates dozens of Americans have used this loophole.
So, he's 6'2".
We are on a stakeout looking for this man, Jimmy Julius Caro, 48 years old and wanted on charges of sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl in Oregon back in 2000 and a 5-year-old girl in Israel in 2001. He's considered dangerous. But these photos are a few years old, so we don't know if he'll look the same. He remains elusive. Previous attempts to capture him have failed.
Obviously, the fear that he would somehow figure out that anyone's looking for him and bolt. He just called his number.
Shauna Aronson got a tip that Caro's expected at this clinic near Tel Aviv.
Who's going to call the
She's
police
with JCW, Jewish Community Watch, an organization that hunts down accused pedophiles who flee to Israel from the U.S., exploiting a process called Law of Return, whereby any Jewish person can move to Israel and automatically gain citizenship. The ease with which pedophiles seem able to use this law as an escape route haunts victims like Mendy Hawk, who says he was abused from age 8 by a teacher at an Orthodox Jewish school in Los Angeles.
So your classroom is right here. How does it feel being back?
I was very anxious and, stressed coming back here, and a lot of memories coming through my mind.
Memories of his alleged abuser, Mordechai Yom Tov, who taught him Hebrew studies when he was just 8 years old.
So in the beginning, he would just rub me outside of my pants, and then I would say about 3 to 4 months later, he started going in.
Reaching down your pants?
Yeah, it's reaching down.
Why did you feel like you couldn't tell anyone?
I was scared. I was ashamed. I just didn't know what people would think of me, of the whole situation.
Yom Tov pled guilty in 2002 to sexually abusing and committing lewd acts against 3 other boys. He served jail time, but when he was released, he violated his probation and, according to JCW, fled to Israel with help from individuals within the Orthodox Jewish community. JCW tracked Yom Tov down and confronted him with a hidden camera in Jerusalem, where he admitted to illegally fleeing the United States with help and using a fake passport to enter Israel.
I was supposed to stay for 5 years in the same city. I was supposed to see jumping on the side of yourself. I was supposed to go every 2 weeks to the police station. On parole. I left within a week later.
He had this message for his victims.
I'm very, 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 very sorry.
The other person in this video is Mayor Seawald, the founder of Jewish Community Watch. He tells CBS News Yom Tov's case isn't uncommon in the Orthodox community.
The same thing that's going on in the Catholic Church right now around the world, the exact same thing happens in our community. The rabbis say it's, you know what, he promised he's going to go for therapy, he's never going to do it again.
Punch to the gut. It was very painful.
Rabbi Oppenheimer says the reason he came forward is to shine a light on the process of accused pedophiles fleeing, to help ensure it doesn't happen again. Back at the stakeout, an ambulance pulls up and a man steps out. It's Caro.
That was definitely him. Oh my God. Okay.
The police are called and eventually arrive. His days on the run are over as he's led away.
Did you assault the girl in the United States? No. Did you flee Israel because you assaulted the girl in the United States? Have you ever assaulted any girls in Israel? Do you know that you're wanted by Interpol?
Yeah.
There's relief as police escort him to their car. This marks the end to a months-long manhunt.
Oh my gosh! Can I give you a hug?
it's all about being so evil to a little child. He also threatened me he would kill my parents, he would choke me, he would hurt me, he would kidnap me.
How did that affect you?
A lot. Yeah. It affected my whole life. My whole life is around this sexual abuse and rape. Yeah.
Amuna turned to therapy and art to help deal with the trauma.
This is in my bedroom and my inspiration.
She paints and writes poetry, but she's still angry that it was allowed to happen in the first place.
What are your thoughts on him being able to come to Israel and flee the United States?
It brings up a lot of anger and a lot of frustration towards the Israeli system.
Shauna says the failure begins in the U.S.
Why would someone want to help one of these pedophiles escape?
Oftentimes there's some sort of community incentive. Either somebody owes them a favor, or someone in the community, let's say an institution, has covered up for them in the past, and they know that if this goes to court, there's a lot of civil liability coming down the line, you know, and it's going to cost a lot of money to a lot of people, and there's no.
Okay, so this link is also in my description box. You have anything you want to add to that? No, Salt, you have anything you want to add to that? Okay, no, Salt is on mute, so let me share this with you as well. This is about 4547 attacking black women. You know, these about black women. He sat in the White House and said that black women in red hats are begging him to come to Chicago. Let's see what he actually really thinks about black women. Hold on, let me make sure I'm sharing this. I am not sharing this. Oh my goodness. Let me share this on my screen. Here we go.
Or had not much participated in this historic, great historic achievement, certainly from our point of view, of the last 3 generations.
And I think it's talking a bit about the first, as you rightly pointed out, the first Trump administration. These instincts managed to be toned down, or at least not acted on quite as actively, because people around Trump were less prone to following all his demands. But this time, we've got this kind of odd squad that's out there. We've got Kash Patel, who apparently ordered the raid on John Bolton and is certainly taking credit for it on social media. We've got, going up against Tish James, Ed Martin Jr., who wears a Burberry raincoat inspired by Columbo, who, rather bizarrely, his great-great-uncle was an actor who played Columbo before he died, long before this guy.
Ed Martin, he had nominated him for the Attorney General of D.C. Ed Martin was not going to get confirmed. It was clear he was not going to get confirmed. So he gave Ed Martin another dubious position in D.C. Now, Ed Martin has gone after Letitia James, just to let you know who Ed Martin is. And why did Ed Martin go after Letitia James? Because the new director of the FHA, Bill Plute, he is over Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So he put out a little tweet. I forget how it worked. No, the other guy put out a tweet about Letitia James. Then the FHA director, Bill Plute, said that he believes that there was some mortgage fraud in her mortgage, at which then in turn had the first guy, what was his name again? This guy. What's his name again? Bill Eisner.
Up against Tish James, Ed Martin Jr.,
Ed Martin Jr. Then opened a Department of Justice query into Letitia James. I showed you last week. Ed Martin Jr. also took it upon himself. Now he was nominated for the top prosecutor in D.C. and he has never tried a case. This who 4547, and he has also given that job to Janine Pirro. This is the Janine Pirro job. Shush. So Ed Martin made a tweet out about Letitia James, and then this FHA chair decided to say that she is committing mortgage fraud. Now there is also a black woman who is sits on the Fed board. Now this woman who sits on the her Cook, what is her name? Cook is her last name. What is her name? Lisa Cook. Lisa Cook is another black woman, heavyset black woman, who is the first black woman to sit on the Federal Reserve Governors panel. Now all of a sudden, guess who came out and said that she has mortgage fraud as well? None other than the Bill Pulte, 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 the same one who said Letitia James is committing mail fraud. Now let's understand that 4547 wants to get rid of Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, so he can decrease interest rates to pop up his failing economy, which will only make prices rise even more. So he wants him to drop interest rates. He has talked about firing him. He has talked about this, that, and the other. Now he has set his sights, since Jerome Powell said, I'm not going anywhere. The first thing that this Bill Plute tried to do as being over the FHA is to try to say that Jerome Powell was allegedly committing fraud because of the overruns of this new FHA building. You remember I showed you a clip last week where 4547 went down there to say that he wanted to look at the new Federal Reserve building that was being built, and then he came out of his pocket talking about this had so many overruns, and then old South Carolina, what's his name, old black peanut face, who actually married a white woman with all these kids, and I would assume that if he's been single all this time, marrying a woman isn't one of the main things that he wanted. The name. Oh, what is his name? Y'all know his name. Oh, he looks like the dude on the Cosby Show who don't have no chin. What's the dude on the Cosby Show who don't have no whatever his name is. I cannot think of his name. Okay. The black guy, Scott. Is it Scott? Is it? No. What is his name? He is the governor in South Carolina. What is his name? I see his face, but I can't remember his name. So they came out there and tried to act as if he had so many overruns, and then Jerome Powell looked at him like, what? What are you talking about? And then he said this amount, that amount, and he said that building was built 5 years ago. So it didn't work. Jerome Powell could just look over the list quickly and saw that Tim Scott, I think it's Tim Scott in 45, 47 was out there trying to showboat and lie. And he caught on to it real quick and count a building that was built 5 years ago. So Jerome Powell doesn't seem like the person that they want to mess with. So they have moved on to the first black woman who has been appointed to that seat by Joe Biden. Her tenure in that seat goes until 2038. Now let's get into all of this and see how all of this is coming together, how it was put together, how he says that black women want him out here, but no, he is trying to silence black women. Let's continue. Let's see who he is.
There's a Burberry raincoat inspired by Columbo, who, rather bizarrely, his great-great-uncle was an actor who played Columbo before he died, long before this guy could possibly have met him. And at the root of the mortgage fraud allegations for both Tish James and Lisa Cook, you've got Bill Pulte Jr., who's a construction Nepo baby, who has become the head of the Federal Housing Finance Agency.
Let's understand that there is no policy here. What is going on here is just the effort to please Donald Trump. There is. This runs only from one way. What do we have to do to please Donald Trump? Everyone in the Trump administration exists. Their careers are dependent on their daily lives, ruled by what Trump wants. There is nobody has any independence here. 0, 0, 0, which is an issue with the Federal Reserve. From Trump's point of view, no one should have any independence. He runs the place.
So do these people, this, as I say, odd squad of Kash Patel and Ed Martin Jr. and Bill Pulte Jr. and so many others, Pam Bondi obviously is somebody who's had to authorize the Department of Justice to move on each of those people. Do they take orders or do they?
But there is no authorization. The authorization comes from the President of the United States. So that idea, an idea that was well-grained in American government, that the Justice Department was at arm's length from the West Wing and from the President, it was independent. The whole idea of independence in government, a foundational modern premise has been wiped out in the 7 months of the second Trump administration.
And just as a practical, do they go to Trump with these plans, or do they execute them and seek to please him? How much?
Well, it's both. He is literally on the phone, or they may well get their own idea, and then we'll go to him like a dog with a bone, and he'll say, yeah, that's great.
Now, we were talking about the theme of, at the top of the show, I introduced it saying it was a law and order special president's unit, but in the other flip side of law and order, the John Bolton raid was just in the morning that the very first of the Epstein files were due to be transmitted from Pam Bondi's Justice Department to the House of Representatives. It looks a bit like a distraction. Is it that simple?
What exactly looks like the distraction?
Well, to raid John Bolton's house.
Yes.
Okay. So let me share this with you. This is from Axios, how this all came together. Okay. Axios reported Trump housing regulator accuses Fed Governor Cook of mortgage fraud. Federal Housing Finance Regulator Bill Plute accused Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook of mortgage fraud and referred her for criminal prosecution. This is the Bill Plute. He is over the FHA. So this is why she is under investigation because the 4547 crony says that she has committed mortgage fraud. Why it matters? It comes as the president seeks to clean house at the Fed and install governors more to his liking. Driving the news, Plute, chair of the Federal Housing Finance Agency, posted on X. This is how he communicated this. He posted a letter on X. This is how this first came about. No professional standards or anything. And you will be shocked to understand that this guy Plute fired most of the people on the boards at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and installed who? Himself. He is has most of the chair seats at Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae, and he is also not being forthcoming if these Fannie and Freddie will go private. He is not forthcoming in this. And you will also be interested to know that this Plute character, he is the grandson of a big construction magnate. And curiously though, when the grandfather died, the grandfather left all of his inheritance to Plute, based on court documents. He was taken to court that he was the only heir of all of these years and years of fortune from a very successful construction magnate his grandfather was. And just so happened he was the only one in the whole family who got any of its inheritance. So this is who's over the FHA. Now, if you don't understand FHA loans, FHA loans give loan assistance to about 75% of the loans that are produced. Now, they are. Do you think they're going to take this private? I think that they are trying to take this private. Anytime he fires most of the chair on these boards and only inserts himself in those positions. But okay, let's get back to this story. How did they find this out? Plute, chair of the Federal Housing and Finance Agency, posted on X a letter to the Attorney General stating that it appears Cook has falsified bank documents and property records to acquire more favorable loan terms, potentially committing mortgage fraud under the criminal statutes. She took out a mortgage on a house in Michigan and represented it to be her primary principal resident, and shortly thereafter a loan at a condominium in Atlanta that was also described as her principal residence, according to Plute's letter. It further asserts that she listed the Atlanta condo as rental property in 2022. Despite having asserted its mortgage documents, it would serve as her primary residence. So she could have planned to, I don't know when she got the job. She got it in the Biden administration as the governor of the one of the governors of the Federal Reserve. Could she have been thinking about moving to Atlanta and then getting that job and then putting her condo up for rent? Could that have been it? Could she have been asked even about this prior to him just saying she possibly committed mortgage fraud on X? But no, none of this was done. Okay, it further asserts that she listed the Atlanta condo as rental property in 2022, despite having asserted in mortgage documents it would serve as her primary residence. There is no accusation or evidence that Cook has defaulted on either loans. What they are saying, President 4547 posted on his live social this morning that Cook must resign now. So we understand that he's trying to make the Federal Reserve more malleable to whatever numbers he wants to use and put out and prop up his failing economy. We also that he knows that he wants to he has inserted someone who is totally unqualified to give the jobs report. So these jobs reports will not be reliable either. He said that the person who put out the jobs, he fired her because he had abysmal jobs reporting. And now he has a Project 2025 person in charge of giving the jobs report who says that they may not even give the jobs report numbers monthly. They may just do it quarterly. Okay, so understand what is going on here. People are going to be blindsided, but are you really going to be blindsided? You're not going to be blindsided because the price of everything that you buy, use, and deal with is going to be more. Nobody's going to have to give you the jobs numbers when you see more and more people losing their houses, losing their apartments, not having a place to live. Nobody is going to blindside you. You're going to see it with your own eyes, but they're going to tell you you're not seeing what you're seeing. Okay. Now, on the other side, I learned from the media that the FHA director, William Plute, also posted on social media that he was making criminal referral based on a mortgage application from 4 years ago before I joined the Federal Reserve, Cook said in a statement late Wednesday. Now, this is what she has to say. I learned in a social media post. I have no intention of being bullied to step down from my position because of some questions raised in a tweet, she continued. I do intend to take any questions about my financial history seriously as a member of the Federal Reserve, and I also am gathering the accurate information to answer any legitimate questions and provide the facts. Between the lines, Trump allies appear to be building a case to fire Fed governor for cause, as the president seeks leadership of the central bank that will cut interest rates and become more responsive to his instincts. His appointees have similarly been arguing the cost overruns in the central bank of $2.5 billion, the central bank's $2.5 billion headquarters renovation provide grounds to oust the chair Jerome Powell before his term is up in May. The Wall Street Journal reported Wednesday morning that Trump is considering firing Cook for cause, citing two sources. Cook was appointed to the federal Cook was appointed to the Federal Board of Governors in 2022. 2022 is when she decided to rent her Atlanta condo. Makes sense to me. By then, President Biden, her current, she was appointed in 2022 by then President Biden. Her current term extends until 2038. She is the first Black woman to serve as Fed governor. Cook has been a relatively dovish figure within the Feds. Ironically showing openness to the kinds of interest cuts that Trump seeks. So she has been open to cutting interest rates. But no, this Black woman cannot be in power because surely, you know what they gonna say. She's a DEI hire. State of play. Plute has been using his agency's control over the nation's mortgage finance system, and it is the regulator of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, and Plute has also installed himself as chair of both companies to pursue perceived enemies of the president. The agency has made similar accusations against California Senator Adam Schiff and New York Attorney General Letitia James. So that is one thing I wanted to share with you about this. Now, there is something else I want to share with you on this. What do we need to know about Bill Plouffe? What to know about Bill Plouffe, Trump's regulator going after Fed officials? What do we need to know about him? 4547 administration is attempting to oust another Federal Reserve official, and the attack is being led by a familiar figure, top housing regulator Bill Plouffe. Okay, he accused Lisa Cook of mortgage fraud. Is that the same one I just read? His background. This isn't. Plouffe. The top of the article is more of what I read in the first article. He was a private equity CEO. Before 4547 tapped him to lead the Federal Housing Finance Agency. The agency, as the agency head, he oversees Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, the government controlled mortgage issues and cover about 70% of U.S. mortgages per the National Association of Realtors. Before the FHFA, Plouffe founded a capital partnership in 2011, which focused on housing products. His grandfather, William, founded the Plouffe, is it the Plouffe Group? One of the nation's largest home builders. And funny, he was the only person who received anything in that trust. Plouffe is key to Trump. Plouffe is key to 4547 efforts to take Fannie and Freddie public. The White House is seeking to raise $30 billion this year in an IPO for Fannie and Freddie, the Wall Street Journal reported this month. Plouffe said in May that going public doesn't necessarily mean taking the government out of Fannie and Freddie, but it will take money out of Fannie and Freddie that was to help assist people get home loans. It will take that. Trust and believe. 4547 explicitly says he wants to take them public. He did not say he wants to privatize them or many of the other things that are out there. Okay, so we know just because he didn't say he wanted to privatize them doesn't mean he doesn't want to privatize them. Now, there is a couple of more things I want to show with you on that story. Let's hear an interview with him, and we'll get his last name right.
And Freddie Mac and more. Joining us right now is Bill Pulte. He's the director of the
Pulte, not Plouffe. Pulte. Pulte. That sounds like some Mexican food. Pulte de Gallo. Pulte.
Federal Housing Finance Agency. He serves as chairman of both Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And Director Pulte, welcome. You have been busy in your first days in.
And also, notice he hired a Doge person to come to work with him after he fired all of these people who were on the boards that he set himself on. And even the Doge person quit the job after one day.
This job, you've had a flurry of activity.
Hey,
you want to
newbie.
talk through what you've been doing since you got there?
Sure. You know, we had the benefit of Trump 1.0, and I actually said to the old director, Mark Calabria, I said, what are some of the things that you would do? And frankly, within the first week or two, we did them. And we're going to keep on doing it. You know, the last 4 years, inflation has been out of control, Becky. It's crushed the housing market in terms of affordability. And frankly, we're working every day to reverse it, both HUD and us.
What can you do on that front? How can you slow inflation?
Well, we have a great president, and the president is totally focused on reducing inflation. As you know, inflation ripped the last 4 years. And what happened when that happened was interest rates went up dramatically. What happened was people got locked into their homes. They got locked into these rates. And as you know, you have new homes and then you have old homes, and they both compete against each other. The only problem is that the old homes have been basically untap worthy. That's not a word, but you can't even tap into these old homes because they have such low interest rates locked into them. So you only have the new home builders.
Right.
Yes, it's been great for my alma mater, Pulte Homes, and D.R. Horton and Lennar, but is it really good for the American consumer if you can't get that old inventory moving?
Well, we have seen higher rates recently. In fact, you're looking at 30-year fixed right now, mortgage at just under 7%, 6.92%. Those are not rates that are going to lure people out who have 2.9, 3.5% mortgages. And, the president's been very vocal about wanting lower rates, but so far the FOMC has not responded.
I wouldn't bet against this man. I'm very confident, frankly, that he'll solve the interest rates. He knows a lot about interest rates. He knows a lot about tariffs. There may be some intraday or otherwise noise. But the other thing is to get Americans earning again and not have inflation. Home prices being up is not necessarily a bad thing in and of itself if you have people having earning potential. But for the last 4 years, people's earnings, as a matter of adjusted for inflation, has been reduced, and people couldn't afford rent. They couldn't afford to buy a new home, et cetera.
Bill, let's talk a little bit about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. You recently fired the CEO of Freddie. You fired the majority of the boards of both Fannie and Freddie. You appointed yourself the chairman of both of those boards. And there have been some pushback from Democrats in particular who are worried that these rapid scale changes, depending on what comes next, could upend the housing industry. Fannie and Freddie are responsible for about half of the loans in the $13 trillion home mortgage market in the United States. What's happening there? What's your plan? And what do you say to those charges?
Well, this has all made the housing market way stronger. Frankly, Fannie and Freddie were bloated. People weren't even working there. There were 16,000 employees. Becky, we'd have kitchens where they were making caramel popcorn and cheeseburgers and pizza. Nobody was there to eat these food.
They were cooking food and all of this other stuff at Fannie and Freddie, and they were not giving out loans. There were people who were working from home at Fannie and Freddie. What he's not telling you, that he got rid of them and replaced them without ever telling them, hey, I need the at-home thing is over with and I need you back in the office. He did none of that. He just replaced them. If you don't know now, you know. And all of this talking about what has gone up in the past 4 years, what did you hear him say about getting home costs down? Absolutely nothing. What did you hear him say about getting rents down? While he wants to say that people can't afford rents, what is his solution? How did anything that he says make a solution for the exorbitant home prices?
So we ordered everybody back to work. I was very disappointed with some of the stuff I found also in terms of the board, in my opinion, as it relates to multifamily fraud, and then also the work.
Now, he says he ordered everyone back to work. It has been reported that these people who were working from home were replaced with no notice to return to work.
Work from home, amongst other things. We need to have an FHFA director that's engaged. One of the things that's interesting is many of the employees at Fannie and Freddie have never seen an FHFA director in these buildings. I actually said to the driver, I said, who's driven for all the directors before me, I said, I'm going to, on my first day, I said, let's go to Fannie and Freddie in Virginia. He says, sir,
Okay, so your driver is the same driver that has driven for all of the FHFA people. Are we to believe that? And they didn't know how to get to the buildings. They didn't know how to drive to the building. But they have driven for all of the other administrators. Get the fuck out of my face. And they just, This is your for-profit media, CSNBC. No follow-up questions to the ridiculousness that you're hearing.
Ronnie. Virginia. I've never been there before. I've never been to these buildings.
Hold on.
Ronnie Q, I'm going to tell all of you now. If you want to buy a home, make your purchase after this unavoidable disaster, because it's here. This is 2008, 2008, 2020 disaster. Don't go out here buying anything right now. Hi, Nubiology. And
The
that's not
2008, 2009 housing disaster.
Yes. I'm sorry, I said 2020. No, buy because the market's gonna crash. It's going to, and a lot of people will be hurt. But don't buy into this hurt right now. Let it go, let it crash, and then purchase.
Good advice. Good advice. I definitely see that coming as well. Who's gonna buy? Who? What? What are they doing to even have jobs that you are going to be able to afford houses? What jobs are they out here?
I purchased 3 homes in 2008. I still have those 3 homes. I've leased them out. That's why I'm telling people don't do it. Don't buy it. Don't. I don't care what they're offering you. How many, hi Madison, how many incentives they want to give you? Wait. Wait.
We need a director who's in there. President Trump hired a businessman. We're going to run these things as businesses. We're going to get these businesses turned around, and they're going to be great American icons once again, but in a safe and sound manner this time.
What's the fraud that you think you've uncovered there?
Well, we see fraud everywhere, unfortunately. I think that generally speaking, the businesses are very safe, but we're making mortgage fraud a huge area of focus, specifically on single family and multifamily. A lot of people just think that it existed in one or the other. We see it in both, and we're going to eradicate it. It doesn't matter whether you're a politician. It doesn't matter whether you're a lawyer. It doesn't matter whether you're somebody famous. If you commit mortgage fraud, we are going to go after you.
Some of the questions that have been raised about this are how these things get rolled up and then packaged off. I mean, that's what caused the 2008 financial crisis, having these mortgages rolled up, these mortgages that hadn't been checked. Do you see fraud on that level?
No, I don't see it on a systemic issue level. I see that we have, frankly, safety and soundness in the market. These businesses are very safe. It's just, you know, as an American, when you're walking through the halls of Fannie and Freddie and you don't see anybody showing up, or when you see people trying to normalize the word fraud around these once great institutions, it's discomfort.
Okay. Now, this is the person who is working for 4547, who was found guilty for overvaluing his properties to get loans. Remember, I did the story way before this election cycle, where Deutsche Bank was the only one who would lend to him because they were overvaluing some properties to get loans, and the regular banks had stopped dealing with him because he was doing that. Now he says that we're trying to who's trying to normalize fraud? Who's trying to normalize fraud? And this is who this person put in, ignoring all of the fraudulent things with mortgages that 4547 has done himself, allegedly. Okay, so let's continue.
And so we're taking action and saying, you know, anytime we hear the word fraud, alarm bells need to go off in our head, and we need to do.
But you see how he just pasted over. What are you doing about how they are rolling these loans together? Oh, we have faith in that. There's no problem with how they're putting the loans and together. You are exactly right. There was no problem with how they were putting them together allegedly before that mortgage failure happened in 2008. They were okay with how the loans were packaged together then, weren't they? Yes, they were.
do something about this. And so we're working with the DOJ and the FBI and frankly, all of our partners, all law enforcement, no matter where it is, to prosecute this mortgage fraud. And I tell you, if I told...
So we're working with the DOJ and the FBI to prosecute mortgage fraud. And I am the one who is telling them to go after black successful women and say that they have committed mortgage fraud. And on me just saying that, not submitting any documentation, facts, or data, the DOJ is on these successful black women that we don't want in powerful positions. And all of these positions that I've taken away in Fannie and Freddie, why I say that the people are not showing up to work. Well, what about all these board members he has taken their positions and inserted himself as the only board member? Now, let me show you one more thing. Upon his beckoning, that Letitia James was committing mortgage fraud. We have the DOJ, he couldn't get Janine's Puro job, so they put him in a position in the DOJ. The DOJ's Ed Martin posed for pictures outside of Letitia James' house. Let's see that in New York City, alerted by this Poulet or whatever his name, Polte guy. And here is Ed Martin from the DOJ standing outside of her house. This is nothing but an intimidation tactic. And what they're doing is using this government for their personal policing of people that they don't like. Here, let me show you this.
Weaponization Working Group, Ed Martin, posing for photos outside of New York Attorney General Letitia James's home last week.
Ed Martin was recently put in charge of the investigations into New York Attorney General Letitia James. There's an investigation looking into whether she committed mortgage fraud, and also an investigation that is looking into her civil lawsuit that was brought against Donald Trump, his adult sons, and the company. And you can see here on this video, Ed Martin is there with a colleague from the Department of Justice. He's outside of Letitia James's home, and he does pose for a photograph outside of that home. Now, he was on Fox News on Sunday, and he said that he was there because he had had meetings in New York and New Jersey, and that he decided to go by the home. He said you have to lay eyes on it, and also saying that you got to get a sense of what is at stake. But Letitia James's attorney, Albie Lowell, has pushed back. He wrote a letter to Ed Martin yesterday in which he highlighted this unusual visit to Letitia James' home, which they say is an intimidation tactic. He also pointed out that soon after being appointed to be leading this investigation, that Ed Martin called for James's resignation, and then also went on Fox News on Sunday and said that he wanted to look into every aspect of James's life, which some people would call a fishing expedition. So Lowell has said that, were there any doubts as to your political retributive mission? You erased them in your first statements about your appointment when you stated that your assignment is to, quote, stick the landing. A responsible and credible federal prosecutor is not a pommel horse gymnast. Now, I've spoken with other former federal prosecutors who also say that these moves are highly unusual, and it could have real-world implications. If the grand jury were to return an indictment, this could be something that Letitia James' legal teams could use to argue to the judge that the jury pool has been prejudiced and that this was a selective prosecution. Of course, James has been criticized herself for campaigning on saying that she was going to investigate Donald Trump. She does have that court victory in the civil lawsuit where a judge has ordered Trump to pay $500 million. We reached out to the Department of Justice, and they declined to comment.
New video obtained.
Okay. And I have a couple of more things that I was going to share with you today, but I'm going to have to go. No Salt, last words. What do you think about all of that?
Hi, Ronnie Q. I think this is a time, this is our harvest time. We need to buckle down. We need to save up. We need to share any information with each other and for each other. This administration is not looking out for us at all.
At all.
Not at all. So we need to look out for each other.
You're absolutely right about that. No Salt, thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. I had to put you on mute because I hear my echo. Is that your last word?
You know what? That's no problem that you had to put me on mute. I understand because like I said, I'm on the res. I've been living on the res, and then I came back to California. But what I want you to know, I appreciate all and everything you're doing. You are doing a wonderful job. For those of us who want to know, will know. For those of us who are living in the clouds, they won't know. And that's on them. But I thank you for bringing honest, objective commentary to your platform. I thank you so much for that. And for everyone in here that is not haven't become a member to her channel, please do, because I listen to her every day. And she shares nothing but knowledge and facts. So with that having been said, I wish you all a wonderful evening.
Thank you for coming up, Salt, and sharing the panel with me, and it was great having you. I hope you have a great remainder of your day, and yeah, thank you for your support. All right, I'm gonna drop Salt down, No Salt down. Uh, I really appreciate her coming up, and I appreciate you guys coming out. Please hit the like button on your way out. There are other links in my description box that I will go over probably tomorrow. Madison, thank you for being here as well. Make sure you hit the likes button, Nubiology. Share and subscribe if you can, and let's go out on the video that we came in on. How about that? Let me share my screen. And go over and check out Keith Edwards. He was the one I got this video from. Go check out Keith Edwards. The link to this video is in my description box. It is the very first shared link.
On day one as president, I am going to end the Ukraine war in 24 hours.
All right, guys, I'm out of here.